Hey guys, it's Brian O'Halloran. You may know me from such great films as Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Clerks 2. You guys are listening to the IT and the D show.
Welcome back. Thank you once again for hanging out with us. This is the one and only IT and the D show. We are broadcasting here from the Detroit Podcasting Company and the Detroit Shipping Company. Say that 3 times. This is your host, Bob Waltenspiel, hanging out with producer, co-host extraordinaire, Randy Walker. Guest this week, I want to say you're the king of networking in Detroit. Can I go that far?
I lost that title to a guy named James Reed, who's an attorney and a pretty good employment law specialist. So I let him be that.
He's the king of networking.
But I'll just be the OG. How about that?
The OG, like, you know, we kind of started this whole thing. You know, you went one path. I went another path, and here we are. 20 years later, telling the story. The man, the myth, the legend, Terry Bean is in the house tonight. It's an honor to have you here. It really is. It's been long overdue.
It's great to see you. It's great to see Randy. It's great to see what happened with this space.
Yeah.
And it's good to be back, man.
It's good to have you here. And you can find us online at itandthed.com. Do us a favor. Give us a like on the socials. Subscribe to us everywhere. Fine podcasts are sold.
I got to get used to announcing this 2 meetup thing again. It's been a while since we've done it.
Oh, the duel?
Yeah. So upcoming this Thursday, August 21st, 5 o'clock, we're here at Detroit Shipping Company.
Yeah. Outside.
Weather
pending.
And then Wednesday, September 3rd, we will be at Mothfire Brewing in Ann Arbor over by the airport.
Where there are no moths. There are no fires. But there will be beer, I think, because the brewing.
Yeah.
But it's cool that Ann Arbor, we haven't had an Ann Arbor chapter since COVID, probably.
Yeah. COVID
and
ended it. So
hats off to the crew that is relaunching that. I don't know if I'll be there, but
I might try to make it over just to see the space. You know, inaugural or re-kickoff.
Same rules apply. No speakers, no cover, just a bunch of IT folks hanging out. Don't bring your resume, and if you do, we'll probably throw them in the garbage. But it's always a good time with a good group of people.
Still networking Metro Detroit, one beer at a time.
One beverage at a time. We've expanded. We're allowing
seltzers.
You can drink whatever you want.
I love it.
Drink
man.
whatever.
Have some White Claw. It'll
drink whatever you want. Have a coffee. Have a
White Claw's out. High Noon's the new it thing.
I thought the John Daly stuff was the new thing.
I thought it was long drinks.
Long drink is fantastic. I love long drink.
Now that they make no, it's got to be like long drink zero.
Yeah, the zero sugar stuff.
Oh yeah.
We were breaking it down because I was in college when Zima broke, and I was working for the beer distributor that carried it.
Oh, nice.
And we all tried it because it was the hot thing, and then it was like, and then all of a sudden here we are, 25 years later, here comes Zima again, flavored. But I go, we figured it out. It's because it was 100 calories, no sugar.
I like the fact that you think that's only 25 years, man. Good for you.
Was it 19 to now? Oh, that's almost 30. That's 33 years.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's nice. Yeah. Because I was bartending when Zima came out in 1993 or 94.
Yeah.
I was only 4 at the time, so it worked out all right.
Right.
I was too young to drink it initially, but when it came back, I definitely tried a 6-pack.
I think it was fine up until girls started putting Jolly Ranchers in it.
Oh, yeah.
To make it flavored. And then all of a sudden, I think everybody was just like, yeah, nope, I'm out.
We put shots of Midori so it'd be green or shots of Chambord so it'd be that nice deep burgundy.
See, now I remember when White Claw first broke, Randy, I think you know this story. I was at Gus O'Connor's in Rochester. And it was brand new, and I ordered the White Claw, and the whole place started laughing. Like it became so. The bartender put like a little flower accoutrement on it. And I remember taking a picture of that flower, and then he made me a wizard staff. I never knew what this was. Apparently, it's a college thing where you tape the fresh one on top of the empty one. And now all of a sudden, I'm on 3, I'm on 4, and it's starting to be like it's 2 feet long, and now it's 2.5 feet long, and now I'm getting the attention. And you know what happens when I get attention? Now I'm up to like 10 of them, and it's like 5 feet tall, and I'm taking pictures with people. Idiot in action. Yeah. Uber got a lot of money from me that night.
That's one heck of a tip.
Right. And I'm like, I gotta go. I don't feel good. I'm like, this stuff isn't alcoholic, is it? Anyway, Terry, you go back in terms of networking a little bit far, almost as far as I'm trying to figure out when you met. We started like in the data space. I think you were at,
was it XO?
You were at XO. I was at Vario and TT, and you kind of did the whole Motor City Connect thing. We were doing DetroitNet.org.
Definitely got to add that.
That was the
.org.
worst. No, because everybody called it Detroit.net, and we probably lost half people because I went to Detroit.net, couldn't find your meetup. Actually, before meetup, but like you kind of, we kind of been doing this thing for a long time.
Yeah.
You started doing TEDx. You told me it was 17 years ago you started doing TEDx Detroit.
Yeah. It was
You and Charlie.
it'll be the 17th edition. So we started in 09. So if you look at the calendar, evidently it's 16 years, but
And
it's
09 was
still-
not 17 years ago, Terry.
I understand, but this will be the 17th edition. It's like how you start with 0 and you say you're 1, but you're really not 1 until 12 months later.
I don't believe you.
That's how math works. I
Yeah,
don't
I
understand.
don't
it.
like math.
That's it.
Um,
That's why you got an IT, right? On the sales side.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you
Absolutely.
might have been a programmer.
I would never have been a programmer.
Can you imagine
I-
sitting there all day and doing that?
I couldn't do it. Because I was coding at 13, like basic Commodore. That's not considered coding, but you know what I'm saying,
You could sit there long enough to
Yeah.
make a program.
right? And then I was doing like CLI, like command line interface, when I was 17.
Yeah.
So but then I needed to talk to people,
and that's the hard part with
Yeah.
being a programmer. They
Right.
don't really go hand in hand.
unless you're a Scrum Master.
That's
We'll
right.
digress.
Yeah. Going to lead
Is
the
that-
agile
Has that
development.
become the most hated profession right now? Is agile? Like I see so much like memes
Only
online.
because everybody does it wrong.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Like,
But agile is a methodology, though, and there's no right answer to it. Let's not get
Yeah,
on an
but-
agile argument.
Oh, I want to hear how this turns out. I'll just sit here. You guys talk.
No,
I mean, I'm not super knowledgeable about it, but as far as I understand, like Scrum is step by step methodology. Like there's certifications and stuff
right,
to do Scrum.
but
You
it's
have
a
to do
loose
it this way.
But it's a loose like
Agile itself is.
or yeah.
but
Sorry.
Scrum is more structured and organized, I think.
So Agile's like the top layer, and then Scrum's a subset of Agile.
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
Certain
look
way
at
of
that.
practicing Agile.
Yeah, we're gonna get some hate mail for this
Yeah.
conversation.
We're yeah. So
Can you
far
can you
out
do
of the
Scrum
depth.
without Agile? Can you do Scrum with like waterfall?
Technically, no.
Okay, so
Can you do Agile without Scrum?
yeah, oh yeah.
Alright.
Technically, yes.
All Scrum is Agile, but all Agile is not necessarily Scrum.
That's
All
gonna be the-
squares are rectangles.
We're not going there. Let's try.
Please, no hate mail, guys.
Yeah,
no hate
that's-
mail.
I'm gonna get.
Bob B-O-B at itinthed.com.
I'm gonna get more hate mail than when I said Spider-Man only has one costume. I think I still have that email somewhere. Actually, Spider-Man had 47 derivatives of his costume, including because I'm like I don't acknowledge the Tony Stark costumes as
What's
Spider-Man
wrong with Iron
outfits.
Spider?
Oh.
No. My
you talking
Spider-Man.
movies? Or are you
No,
talking
my
comics?
Spider-Man
Okay.
has built-in like thingies on his fingertips, has built-in web thingy in his wrist. It's inherent into him because he got stung by a spider. If
Bitten.
if he didn't get bitten by a stung by a spider, he wouldn't need a suit. It would just be anyone. Green Lantern could put it on, and then he's Spider-Man. No. Where would if he has the where would Spidey sense come from? We're gonna argue about this now.
I can see it. I can
There's-
see it.
And this episode's off the rails.
No, but just welcome to having Terry in studio.
Yes.
But along the way, like I said, you kind of built a massive network. You've been kind of at the forefront of it. Then you like doing the whole speaking thing. Like, I think you self-professed said, like if you ask me what I do, I can't tell you.
Yeah.
And I always tried I wanted to yell at you when you said that because I'm like,
joke's
pick a
on
lane,
you, buddy.
T, pick a lane, T. But like,
on you.
but you got your hands on a lot of stuff, and it's not. I'm not saying it's a bad thing; it's a great thing. But like, what would you like even today? Because last week we argued with JD about his elevator pitch.
Mhm.
Like, if you're talking to VC, 8 seconds or you're out. If you go long, like, what would you say you do today?
I help people build relationships through better communication skills.
You got it. All right, good, nailed it.
I do it through coaching, through speaking, through training, through workshops, through facilitation. But the joke, man, and this was probably 10 years ago, and I was patting myself on the back when I updated my LinkedIn profile, and the first 3 sentences said, I am here to help. I am here to help you. And then it said, if you ask 10 people, what does Terry Bean do? You'll get 10 smiles and 9 different answers.
Yeah.
I thought that was amazing. And then I realized that the joke was on me, man.
I hated
like,
it.
how could you confuse more people in such a short period of
I
time?
hated it.
I don't blame you. I ended up not loving it myself.
It's fair. It's fair.
Yeah.
But like, you look at, I don't want to say coaching, but like communication, like it's almost gotten to the point today versus 15 years ago when like social media started breaking out and everybody needed to hire a guru and everything, that like, it's almost like back to basics. Like the problem is like, you know, Randy and I were messing around with doing reels for this show. And then I'm like, oh my God, we got to log into TikTok and then Instagram and then Facebook and then LinkedIn. And they all got to have different messages because we need to talk to people differently. And it's just like, and everyone is like, you know, can't do too much on LinkedIn, but you can post every 3 seconds on Twitter, but you can't, you know, TikTok, nobody cares either. Like all these little sub rules that came with all these different platforms. And then email's dead. Texting has become the new, I have like at work now, do you have a texting relationship with them? Otherwise you don't have a relationship with them.
Right.
Right.
That's
So now
amazing.
that's another subset of like communication. So like walk me through like today, like am I not saying am I wrong, but like back just simplicity, back to like SMS, triple tapping to get C on your phone, texting people. Like, are we just back to basics right now?
100%, because everywhere else is so noisy that no matter how good your message is, nobody's going to hear it unless it dots them right between the eyes. And it's really hard to get that level of specificity when you're trying to do things en masse. And that's where the
Yeah.
challenge came in, right? When Motor City Connect was growing, for whatever dumb reason, I decided I should start doing more training on how to use LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and showing people how to use these other tools because they were fresh and they were where people were going to be, but it got everybody off of Motor City Connect. And now everybody's like, well, I can connect with the entire world. Fool, you don't need to connect with the entire world. If the entire world came and said, I want to buy your thing tomorrow, I don't care who you are, you're hosed.
Unless you're, you're spot, unless you're Coke or, you know what I mean? Like some
Right.
weird global Fanta.
Yeah, Shasta's not in that conversation.
You know what I had the other day? Randy brought a Fresca into the studio. I've not had a delicious Fresca very long time. And all I'm thinking about is Judge Smales going, how about a Fresca, Danny?
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
the Caddyshack was my
But
first thought.
this is the crazy thing about today. I'm a 52-year-old man, right? I don't like to admit that too much these days.
You said that out loud and
And
proud.
I totally did.
He only said it because he knows I'm older than him.
But I didn't know this thing existed, and I just bought a new house, and it's got older windows, and there's these massive bay windows, and I did not want blinds on them. And this guy was doing window tinting, UV protection for like massive windows in these new built houses, and I'm like, so I follow him, and then I book him, and he goes, "How'd you find out about me?" I go, "Instagram Reels," and he looks at me twice, of course, the gray beard and everything, and I go, "They're really good." And I go, you're very genuine. And I go, it was the guy that does the videos. And then I'm like, he goes, it's crazy to me. He goes, yeah, that's all my money now. He's spending 30% of his gross revenue. 586 window tint. Fantastic job.
Nice plug.
20 to 30% of his, I know, cheap plug.
Where's the bell?
There
Did
is
you
no
guys
bell in
have
here.
a bell?
We used to have a
Where's
bell.
the bell?
But he said he's paying 20 to 30% of his gross revenue now on Instagram.
Wow.
That's where he's getting all his, and I'm like, so then there's a new bagel place that opened up by my old house. Now I go in there and I go, Instagram looks good, man, because he started doing reels. Here's this breakfast sandwich, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I feel like no one tells anyone that's the formula. Like that's how you get to people. But like, am I just like, and now it's gonna be gone in like 6 months now that like, because it's been going on for a while,
It's been that way for a bit.
but not the business side.
It has been, but only if you have something to show. Right? It's got to be such a visual thing
Yeah.
where you're intentional about the angles and the camera and the lighting and the work you put into it in the story you craft, because you have about 3 seconds. And if you don't grab
Yeah.
their attention or
It's
it's
next.
not something they need,
It's like dating right now.
It's
Swipe right,
swipe-
swipe right, baby. Or no, swipe left's the bad one, isn't it? Left is
I'm
bad.
gonna tell you, I don't know.
Ah,
Fortunate, not that my wife would ever listen, but on the off chance, honey, I have no clue which way you swipe.
and I think, and that, that's the thing with communicating today is you can't just like, you have to do, every channel known to man. Like what, when you're talking to people and telling them to be like, have this concise message, are you telling them to pick a lane? Or are you telling them you got to do a little bit everywhere? Like it depends on what because if you're a bagel place or a window tinting place, it might be better here. Like, is it all, that's what it is?
It's super situational.
Yeah.
And the thing that pisses me off the most is Gary Vee in this moment in time is probably still the number one social media guru.
Is he really?
Yeah. And he's telling everybody, you got to be omni-channel and omnipresent and do this and do it 400 times a day and comment everywhere. But he fails to mention that he's got a team of like 100 people behind him creating the content, editing the content, dropping it, posting it, commenting, right?
It's a lot of work.
So it's real easy if you got 100 people.
Yeah.
But if it's you and you're the one responsible for it,
It's a lot.
you're going to burn yourself out in 5 minutes. So
But like,
pick two.
but
right?
I'm looking at like a guy like Randy and I love the guy from Chowtown, Detroit. We're trying to get him on the podcast. If you're watching, I know he's listening.
Chowdown.
What did I say? Chowtown?
Yeah.
It
Chowdown.
rhymes. It's
Yeah,
close.
Same. It's the
Yeah.
same.
You want to
I'm such a fan. I didn't get his name. But what I'm saying is like his videos are perfect.
Yeah.
And it's got to take, I don't know what you'd think. Like, is he taking, is it his science? Like, is he taking 4 hours to put one of those together? It's like multi-angle.
Hit us up, Sung. We would love to know.
Yeah, right. Let's ask him. Let's have him sit in this chair.
Well, because I know,
and
like-
I'm acting like I'll be here. I won't. But
We had,
you know.
God, I can't, he's the McCarty fam. And he was a former teacher that during COVID didn't know what to do. So he started making goofy videos of his family.
Okay.
My friend was friends with his wife, Stephanie. And so I've known her for, again, 20 years ish. And he hit it, I'm talking big, where they had like, I think 3 million subs the last time I checked on like YouTube
Wow.
or Instagram. And it was like, he's like, I am on my phone. I'm consumed with making content. And I think, I don't want to say that's unhealthy because he made it, but like the amount of people that are just consumed with, I can't just live my life. I have to look at how to spin this moment in my life into content, right? Like, because I'm looking at all the stuff that Randy and I do, like with IT and the networking stuff. We've never made one networking video.
No.
And to think that all these years that we could have, especially with the job fairs and everything,
Yeah.
that it's like could be a damn TV channel, the characters and the people that we meet,
Absolutely.
and we just don't,
I think about it, and you and I took a selfie with the sign in back,
Yeah,
right? I made
yeah.
you climb in here.
It's for content, not because you like me.
And well, it's a little of both, but it'll be, someone will see it, right?
Yeah,
It'll be out there at some point. But I'm in the shower getting ready to come down here, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I got to make a reel. Maybe I talk about it on the drive down, what I'm going to do and what we might talk about. And maybe I film walking up to Detroit Shipping Company, and maybe I hit the stairs and I film that, and maybe I take a quick shot of this. I got a selfie of you and I.
Yeah.
That is the extent of the content. I think about it.
Which I'm totally content with.
Right. But the idea of going through all that, like, I'm not 100% sure I care. Why would I expect anybody else to?
Yeah, they don't know me from Matt. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're
But,
a
like,
big deal.
We put out lies. We put out an hour a week, maybe close to an hour a week. And for me, like and there's so much more we could do. But again, though, it's the point of I feel like there's something different to come from. Like last week, I think the theme with JD on was like, your elevator pitch sucks here. Like that was the thing. So every week, a couple of weeks ago, we had someone talking AI and being I hate the word agentic, but it was like how to almost like have your own little R2D2, like a life assistant, where that's going. So we're trying to take one thing and just that's the theme of, but you can't force that. It just happens through conversation.
Yeah, right. You'll land on something and it sounds like it might be interesting and just kind of keep talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, how we used to do before we had mics in our face.
Sitting at the corner of the bar. Well, that was my one beef with comments on Barstool Sports. They've been around forever. And if you go on Barstool Sports and we're talking about food, that ain't sports. I'm like, tell me you've never sat at a bar stool. You talk about everything. You talk about your home, kids, job, food.
Making fun of the people at the other side of the bar that can't hear you.
Absolutely. But half the time, we get into food stuff all the time. I'm like, we tech guys talk comics and we eat. Like it's just right.
what we
It's
do.
not weird to talk about like what's the best sandwich in town.
Like, wasn't it worst meatball sandwich?
We're bringing that back. My
am I having
daughter,
a flashback here.
my daughter wants to spin that back up with me.
Yeah.
Reading 1-star Yelp reviews,
Making fun of them.
making fun of the people that write them at places that don't really deserve it. There's certain things that like Spirit Airlines,
Yeah.
you can't make like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
It's hard
Like,
to toss that one down.
You're not going to be like the Days In on 12 and grass shit. Like 1-star reviews, like, yeah. It was like normal, like, what do we do? The McDonald's on like 11 and John R. Like,
Yeah,
there's
like
ridiculous
random stuff, yeah.
car washes. Like, these people would leave 1-stars for car washes. Like, unless it like tore off your side view,
I
right?
don't, who's got that kind of time or energy, right?
Every time, you know where it came from, that idea for that show? You've been with your wife, not quite as, like, I've been with my wife 28 years, married for 23.
I'm at 24 and married for 12.
So
you were there.
yeah, I was there. I may or may not have played the music.
You know what? On the way down, and I don't want to interrupt, but I'm interrupting anyway. I heard "Dead or Alive, You Spin Me Right Round," and I chuckled because I was coming to see you.
Yeah.
And I could just imagine you spinning that at the post to make it a little retro back in the day.
Yeah, that was on the list. 80s all day. It'll never die. Best era for music and movies. I will stand behind that.
5 stars.
But like you run out of crap to talk about when you're dating someone that long. So we would sit at like a restaurant and I would read the 1-stars and like my wife would howl laughing and I go, and then we kept doing it. Like it became like a thing. Like before we would eat, we were just like 2 or 3, not a lot.
Yeah.
So then we like started like the first episode we did with my friend Sherry, who's just a giggle machine. And we just had so it was basically like a built-in laugh track. I couldn't even tell you what the first episode was, but like we were onto something. We did all the Detroit strip clubs on 8 Mile. That was a good run. It's still on SoundCloud in the ether somewhere.
It's out there.
But we're gonna bring it back. Yeah, that's
what was the official name for those that are uber curious?
Worst Meatball Sandwich Ever podcast.
The worst meatballs.
And that was a sandwich board. It was a meme for a hot minute, and it's the sandwich board outside this deli was come inside and try the worst meatball sandwiches one guy on Yelp ever had. And that became
June 2016, worst meatball sandwich ever, episode 1.
So in 2000, I remember this vividly. In 2017, we got Audible Feast's top 50 podcast of the year. Like not just
the year.
Yeah, like not the airport episode. Like I think they graded episodes, and we got top 50 episodes of podcasting in general.
Randy, how many episodes are there? I'm kind of curious.
37.
37.
Yeah. The airport was 3-parter. That was with Mark Pants, one of the funniest human beings that ever lived. That was the hard part because Mark Pants passed, Dave passed. And I think it's been a few years since we recorded, so I think it's time to bring it back.
Bring it back, baby. Everything circles back, man.
Speaking of 1-star, Randy, you're never going to guess where I had an absolute 10 out of 10, one of the better meals I've had in this town in a very long time at some place straight out of the 80s that you would never guess.
Straight out of the 80s.
Yes. Outback Steakhouse. Randall, we had a fancy food stamp from a friend of ours. It's been on our kitchen cabinet for like 3 years.
Okay.
And we're moving Saturday. My wife says, let's go use that food stamp from, I got her to say that, from
Gift
Outback.
card. It's called a gift
Fancy food stamp. And I got the sirloin, we got the blooming apostrophe shrimp. And I got the sirloin and a baked potato and the asparagus.
Okay.
If you would have gave me that plate of food at Morton's or like any place on 16 Mile, I would have been like, this is fantastic.
That's wild.
It was a $25 sirloin, like in the big like side and all that stuff in the pumpernickel bread.
Oh,
and that was as good as like a bad filet I've had at really fancy restaurants.
Nice.
I was floored how good it was. And I haven't eaten there, Randy, in 20 years. And we were talking about that too. I forget who was on, but we were talking about how like Chili's saved it.
Chili saved
saved the restaurant, saved the chain. It was going to go out of business, and the food, the mozzarella stick pull, and now all the influencers are taking that little snippet of the cheese pull and putting it on Instagram, and then everyone has to go now and do it. So like
It's crazy.
so my wife got, this is one of the things I had to order it for because it was so stupid. It was the 4 margaritas on a boomerang.
God, okay.
And I go, that is straight for Instagram. That is not, there's no reason why you need to have 4-ounce cups of margarita on a boomerang. And
Nothing says Australia like a margarita.
right on a boomerang. But like, that's the thing. Like now, like when we talked about coming full circle, like these restaurants, they're not making, it's not about the good experience anymore. It's just like, are you able to make content by like, I don't even care if the food's good. You can't just say, eat a good steak at Outback on Facebook. Nobody cares.
Nobody
You
cares.
have that 5-second reel now where you see the cheese pull and that picture that, you know, it's stupid.
You're making me think about Black Rock, right? Have you been to a Black Rock steakhouse?
Oh, they're awful.
They're horrid.
I thought you
Poorly
meant
cooked steaks that you have to cook yourself.
I thought you meant the venture capital company that owns the country.
No.
Oh.
You're not making me think about them. That's a whole different level of conversation. But the idea of that thing sizzling in front of you, right? Like
Fajitas.
That was got that. Now that I think about it, it had to be the whole point, right? We're gonna do something that people might actually film and tell their friends about.
I remember when the fajitas first came out, and you would eat like a burrito. And then here comes this table with this like sizzling, like, and everyone's going, they're having way better food than me. And now you feel left out because they're the fun table, like the volcano at Rainforest Cafe. I want a volcano.
That looks fun.
They haven't made more fun than me. Like, so now like it's the modern day version of the fajita.
You want to bring old school back? I want a Farrell's. I want to go all.
Didn't they
the
try
way
to do
back.
that?
I don't
What was
know.
it? Marcus Lemonis. Do you remember that guy? He was doing like the
Yeah.
bar rescue for restaurants.
Yeah,
I could have sworn
the Prophet.
The Prophet. Yeah. I used to love watching it. And I could have sworn they brought like, there was like 6 Farrells still in like Southern California. And they tried and it didn't work.
Nice.
And I think it's like you put because it was all about the Zig, like imagine the Ziggy Pig.
Yeah.
What was that from Bill and Ted's, right?
Yeah.
Doing that for like, but like, no, here's the problem now. Everyone's a little bit health conscious. Mick Ultra is like the number 2 selling beer in the US.
Makes me
You
sad.
can't put out like a Greasy Tony's 17,000 calorie like ice cream thing. And like people are going to go, oh my God, I can't do that. You know what I mean?
That makes a ton of sense.
In the
you
80s,
can't
no
get,
one gave a shit.
You can't get like a candy aisle and have penny candy for like,
No.
74 different types of it. And
Now you have to
4
have like
feet space.
kale smoothies.
Well,
I
yeah.
look at like
and
the
it
crap
would be
my daughter.
$1, right?
Right. I have to do the crap my daughter does. Like she goes to, we had to find out where the tropical, when we moved, where's the Starbucks? Where's the tropical smoothie? Where's the,
Is there a Beyond Juice near you?
where's the, that's the one, where's the Beyond? I couldn't think of the damn name. But
It's the
like
benefit of having a
Go to the
22-year-old
local
daughter.
places.
there
Don't go
are,
to the chains.
back to the east side, Randy, there aren't any.
There's got to be something.
Randy,
Randy,
the
Randy won't venture
I
out
haven't
that
been
way.
I haven't been in the 586 in 20 years. And the things I've seen since I've been back, I was telling the story today. You live on the Egypt, so you would know. But like, there was 3 guys shooting ducks in the parking lot of a Tim Hortons, and the ducks were strung out. There was 8 of them, dead ducks, and the guys had a dog with them. And I'm like, guess this is like getting coffee in the morning. Just another Saturday morning.
This
and
is what we do
in
here.
Clinton Township getting coffee. And I'm like, I'm right around the corner from Mount Clements now. Back in the day, we used to go to the post. So yeah.
This is
good to be
your
back.
new life, man.
But I still got
It's-
the 586 phone number, so it feels like I never left.
It's a full return.
Yeah.
360.
So I want to compare goals because my goal in life is I want to assassinate my industry. And I don't mean tech, I mean sales.
Okay.
We've talked about my t-shirt already. It needs to be a thing. Nobody gives a shit about your green blinking lights. I should have wore that at Black Hat if I went this year. But like, what's your t-shirt? Like, so let's talk, hold on. Let's take a back step. You can think about that while you tell me, like when you're doing coaching, I know what I would do. Like I said, I want to assassinate my profession. What is your messaging today outside of like how to communicate better? Like, what is it? The elevator pitch? Are you putting a whole thing together? Like what What do I come out of a Terry Bean coaching session with?
My work involves 3 very distinct layers, right? I get people better connected to themselves so they can understand their vision, their purpose, why they're here, what the hell they're supposed to do.
Expand on that.
So everybody's got this special gift and talent, but too often we push that aside because we need a paycheck.
We call it a superpower.
Yeah.
Justice League.
Call it a superpower,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So everybody's got this.
Terry talks to fish, but that's another episode.
I remember that one. Wait a second.
Yeah.
It was the tight shorts around the pants. Yeah, I get that. It's the idea that if you're truly connected to who you are, right, you get to understand what you're supposed to do, and you end up developing what I refer to as a true north, right? Your North Star. There's one thing. We were joking about pick a lane.
Yeah.
It took me a long fucking time to figure out that I've had a lane, but I would be like, I want to be in their lane, and I'm over in this lane, and I like this lane over here.
The grass is greener.
It's not even the grass is greener.
It's the fun table.
I don't even.
No, it's they're at the fun table.
At my core, dude, I'm all about the fun.
The corporate fun table.
I want to do things that amuse me.
Yeah.
And I can do those alone, believe me. Right. And when this isn't a Montgomery Ward's throwback conversation, but just like I enjoy my own company, so I don't have to go see people anymore.
Sure.
I'll just hang out and crack myself up. And if anybody else laughs, added bonus. Right. But once we get connected to this piece, right, this thing that we were actually meant to be, then it becomes who are the people that can help us get to where we want to go. Because nobody has done anything worth noting by themselves. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to kind of figure out who the partners are, who the clients are, who the supporters or the employees or the prospects, all of it, and understand how to connect to them.
But I think you figured this out a long time ago. And I remember you preaching about this, and it's not, it was a little JFK thing. It's not what you can bring to the networking group, or no, it's not what you need from the networking group. It's what can you bring to the. It wasn't that. I'm paraphrasing,
but that's it.
But there was like, I got to tell a story real quick. I got reunited with a half sister.
Oh,
because I'm adopted, right? So anyway, long story short,
I got a story about that.
She's like 30. I think she just turned 32, and she got a pretty good promotion at work, and like there's people coming out of the woodwork going, "Oh, haven't talked in a while. Can you hook me up with a gig?" And I go, try running a networking group that specializes in helping people get jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, we call them trick or treaters, and just help and just don't worry about it. And karma, don't get mad, and she's like, "No, you got a good point." And I go, so that's how there's people that only call me when they need something,
100%.
and I will help them if I can. But there's a job posting right now for my day job. It's a pretty hot, sexy job. I think I got 20. I'm up to like 24 people. Like, can you hook me up? Can you get me in front of the hiring manager? I'm like, today you're 23. Tomorrow is going to be 26. Yeah. And I go, I will. I can only tell you to submit. You know what I mean? So like that was the one thing that I always stuck out that I really took home was bringing something to the table, helping fix a problem, help someone with something,
add value,
and not expect it to be reciprocal.
Don't keep score. You want to be miserable in the networking space? Go tit for tat. You will lose your ever loving mind.
Too many jokes. Go on.
Yeah, right. I saw his head like little smoke come out of his ears. It was amazing. The reality is give first, right?
Yeah.
And wait. Right. But keep planting seeds is the important part.
Right.
And you're absolutely right. If someone calls and asks you for help, the least you can do is point them in a direction of someone that might be able to help. That's still help.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then at one point I flipped it and said, you know what? Actually asking someone for help is still giving them the opportunity to be of service.
Right.
And they'll still get the good karma points if they take you up on it.
For a minute, I used to get really mad of people that would show up at our events, get a job, and we never see them again.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it going, well, someone that came to our little goofy events at these goofy bars got employment. Like I should be elated.
It's a high five moment.
Yeah. And you can't expect everyone to give back, but you hope in time they will. You know what I'm saying? Like I very much go to the Church of Karma. That's always been my thing. Like you just figure out, it comes around. Like, you know, you get blessed and you don't realize it, and not in a religious way, just in like things happen in life. And it might have been the running joke we always had in the old days was, we've paid it forward so much we could take a shit on the Vatican steps and still get to heaven. And I think that's okay. Like, not saying I'm going to go fly to Rome anytime soon, but you know, and again, it's not everyone needs to be that way.
I've made that very similar joke and that very similar line dozens of times because yeah, man, when you're out there and people know that you're connected, and especially to something they might want, hopefully they do ask. And I've got the guy that was kind of like my mentor in networking down in Columbus, Ohio, back in 1996 when I actually started before moving back up here.
Don't say that to too many people.
Yeah, I know. There's a 5-year period of my life that I don't talk about much.
Yeah,
right?
bury that.
Yeah, it's all right. But anytime I've ever asked him for anything, he's always said one of the same few things. It's always a pleasure to be of service.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for asking me.
Yeah.
Right. And this guy gets hit on all day. He runs a formal, structured 600-person group.
Yeah.
Right. That everybody's paying monthly, like a BNI situation.
Oh God.
And
sorry.
I'm
not sorry. Oh God.
All day. Right. And that's all he does.
Oh
but
God.
he's still like that. Right.
Yeah.
He gives more than he takes.
The BNI thing, you totally just got into my head.
I've said a bunch of shit today, and that's the thing that he's going to focus on.
No, I just think that like that way, like leads. It's not about that. And anyone that goes about that like that, they're missing.
Well, you and I bonded over that initially because BNI is the reason Motor City Connect came into existence.
Oh,
right?
God.
My take was, I want to network with adults. If you have to tell me that I have to be here, otherwise you're going to give up my spot.
But
piss off.
They ruined it when it had to be about. I am not going to give up my book of people that I trust to someone that I just met because I did it once and I got a phone call. I love you, but don't ever do that to me again. And I'm like, never doing that again. Like, you don't know
that again.
I had my aha moment back when I was at HP, going on 18 years ago. And I was, I thought I was pompous because I was in the data center group and I was selling data center gear. How dare you call me about it? Your printer, your dirty printer, hand me a laptop at a kid's birthday party. You Scheizemund.
Look that up for me, Randy.
Shit mouth.
Oh,
it doesn't really make sense in English. But then I thought about it and going, like, I had this aha moment where I remember when we used to write blogs and about like the punter.
Yeah.
And if someone's calling me because their HP printer was shit, I was going to say, I got you. And then go call Stan, who runs the printing thing, going, hey, this guy needs some help. And he's like, I got you, Bob. Right. And then it's a painless experience for the person that called me.
Yes.
And I think the more then I was like, the more times, if someone took their time to call me, right, even if I could help them even if I could do it or not, I would I knew the person that did. So then that was my, like, not brand, but like, if I can't do it, I know someone who does. And
I know a guy.
That was the middle person. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Just be the resource.
Correct. Yeah. So like, that was my big aha moment. Like, people call me about weird stuff at work all the time. I got you. That's always my answer. I got you. And I learned that from my corner bar bartender. I wrote about it, and it was it was very not heartfelt, but her mom responded on LinkedIn going, it's really nice that like my daughter, who she probably thought, she's just a bartender, you know what I mean, has like hit the business community like, you know what I mean, or impactful. But someone would be yelling at her and she's like, I got you, you're good, I got you. And it diffused and it affirmed, and it was like to me, it's like the ultimate, like if somebody comes at you screaming, like, what's going on? What's wrong? I got you. Okay. All right. That tells me you're like that. You're my priority. You know what I'm saying?
It's a comfort line.
It's a
too,
comfort
right?
line, right? But if you could be that person, you know, it's a good place to be.
100%. And now if you do that stuff right, you make those connections between people. Now you've got two people out looking for opportunities to pay you back.
Sure.
Right.
And
Not to mention the karma in the universe,
Yeah.
God, whatever.
But if they
is
don't, it's
doing
okay
the same
too.
thing. And they may never come across the opportunity. But I promise you, if you do a solid for someone,
Yeah.
their antenna to help you is up where it might not have been before.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like even like filling, like the podcasting business is not what it was.
Oh,
When did we start the older one? 10 years ago, 8 years ago?
Something like that. Yeah.
you talking about at the Russell? We going all the way back?
No. When we had our first like studio in Hilton,
Okay.
and we filled that thing up.
15?
Was it close to? Yeah, that's like the Detroit Applebee's days.
Yeah.
If you go to DetroitApplebee's.com, by the way, I think it goes to IT in the D. But like all you had to do was say you're open.
Yeah.
And, you know, now if you go on Peerspace, everyone needs, it's a content studio. So when Randy and I launched this, Christmas time?
Yeah.
Or soft launch.
Yeah.
You go on Peerspace and everybody's setting up these living room, like the Theo Vaughn sets, you know, because they see that and they go, I want to be that.
Right.
And like, you just can't have the, you know, the dining room table and the 8 mics and talk, you know, and it's not podcasting. Even though we call this podcasting, it's a content creation.
It's got to be
space.
a web show now. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah. Because everyone that called in the beginning, oh, you don't have video click. Oh, you don't have
I
video
haven't heard
click.
the term web show since iCarly.
What is it? Is that what that's from?
That's what she called her show.
Was it really?
I mentioned I have a 22-year-old daughter, right? Whatever happened to Jeanette McCurdy? I'm still trying to figure that out.
There were issues with the production company. Some of the people behind the scenes had some serious SA allegations. So
We got to go back.
she didn't do the
Not that I want to go back and watch iCarly, because I've
love
never seen an
iCarly.
episode. Do you?
It was a solid show.
I want
It
to
really
break
was.
down the tech. I think we should do a whole episode where we break down iCarly tech. Because like they, you know, RIP AOL dial-up got killed. Was it today or yesterday?
They announced it last week, I think, and
Oh.
it dies at the end of next month.
Yeah, but the end of life for dial-up.
Yeah.
I would love to know someone that still used it. I'm sure there's someone in some rural
Probably.
somewhere.
I mean, my parents didn't get satellite until 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were on dial-up.
Wow.
Well, oh my God.
Where are they?
I take that back.
Roughly?
They had crappy satellite for a while. They had dial-up until like 20 teens, I think.
What do you do with dial-up today? Email?
Email.
Wait.
Can you even
Load a
load
web
Gmail
page
up on?
and That's when you use a desktop client instead of a web interface. So you don't have to
Mother
load
of
anything but the
God.
messages. But yeah, they've only had satellite for probably less than 10 years.
Oh my God.
And they just switched to Starlink 2 years, year and a half.
Do you know what I did with the new house?
What?
I cut the cord. I got rid of every app I had. I got rid of cable TV.
Okay.
And I just got a gig into the house.
Nice.
And now I'm like, I want to go a month. That's what I told the family.
Yeah.
Go a month and
Without
see
cable.
what we need.
Yeah.
And because we still got Netflix so
Yeah.
the kids are like, well, I watched this. We found like HBO Max. I'm paying $18 a month. And
Yeah.
it's all because of Gretchen wants to watch
One show.
one show.
Yeah. Wait
And
until the season's done, buy it for a month,
by
and
the,
then cancel it again.
I don't want to.
That's my Apple TV plan.
See, I watched Ted Lasso. I tried Severance. I've been paying $10 a month for Apple TV. I must have given them $500 for 3 seasons of Ted Lasso.
Shrinking was really good. So if
Current
you're
season
feeling
of
like you
Foundation.
I
missed
liked
out-
Shrinking.
Shrinking. Solid.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but it was good.
It's a good following.
I'm watching Foundation.
Okay,
Season 3 is on right now. Ooh,
Yeah.
so good.
because I fought Paramount Plus because you
Yeah.
were all over it with the day it came out. I go,
Well, because
no.
it was Star Trek, so that's why I have it.
Not just started, but there was like I forget what else came on. The
That's fair.
Landman. I watched.
Yeah,
I've got.
I think Yellowstone's on there, and
but now like they got the bundle pack, so I'm like
Yeah.
I'm like assessing
yeah,
all my. But like
and then you can get like different
Are we
content
not talking
bundled
about-
with others. Like you can get HBO bundled with Disney Plus and Hulu now,
Yeah.
or you can get it separately, or you can get like bundled with Amazon or
Well,
whatever. So now, which is the best bundle? Like, how do you
they're
get
all-
your various services?
There's always one crappy
Yeah.
app on those bundles, but like Samsung TV Plus on the Samsung TVs,
Yeah.
I got one Sony one, the 85.
Yeah.
I know I got a big TV finally with the Dolby thing. You got to come over. But you have like 2, 4, and 7. You can watch they have the news
Yeah.
for local TV. They don't have like the local channels.
Get an antenna.
It's all plugged into the wall. It's an old house, so like I'm
Pouring
lucky.
through brick.
Yeah, I had to go through brick on one wall. It was a pain in the ass to get those TVs on the mounted. The houses weren't built for mounting TVs back then.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I can't. Where am I gonna? I can't put it in. Where am I gonna put it? Like it's framed up on the wall. Like I don't know. Maybe if you come over,
Sitting
you
on
can
like
look at it.
credenza or something.
But
in
like
front of a
there's like
TV or-
150 channels. Like I watched Super Troopers last night on
Yeah.
like free Samsung movie.
Samsung TV has a channel that does nothing but the TV show Family Ties.
Yeah, I watched.
Is it really?
24/7.
I
would
watched
totally
Pluto
Family
TV. They
Ties.
have like the Star Trek channel, the America's Test Kitchen channel.
Wheel of
like-
Fortune channel. Like the
Yeah.
game show stuff.
Yeah,
How are we going to talk about Paramount Plus though and not talk about South Park? Are we just
Oh my
avoiding that
God.
intentionally, or how did that happen?
oh,
Well, I mean, they're doing what they do.
They're
Yeah.
doing it exceedingly well.
it's so good.
As you know, I don't care what side of the politics you are. We'll never talk politics, but the
Yeah.
having Trump as Saddam and JD Vance as the little midget. Like, if you can't laugh at that, you know, and like the Charlie.
Oh God, the first time Christy Nome shot a dog.
If you can't laugh at
Holy
that,
crap! And then
I
she
don't-
just kept doing it.
right? But well, that goes back to like they did it with like Caitlyn Jenner running over someone with a car.
Yeah.
I mean, they're assassins of like that's all they've ever done.
It's-
And for anyone to be like, yay, or I'm offended, like you clearly haven't watched South Park.
Yeah,
I still want to get, how long is it to get reservations at Casa Bonita? Like that's on my that's on a bucket list. Someone I know got like 7 months out and they're planning
Oh,
like
wow.
a Denver trip just to go there.
nice.
But like the show, like all of a sudden now my daughter's like discovering it and I'm like, you know how far, like she goes, oh my God, what year was that? And I'm thinking of like like I was living at my parents when Mr. Hanky came out. Like it was,
Yeah.
they've been on for a, you know,
It's gotta be close to-
2001, I think.
right.
No, it
But-
was
Is it older than that?
90s.
Was it?
It was absolutely
Here's the thing.
97, 98.
Here's the thing though, like it's not like the cast will never get old,
Ever.
like the Simpsons.
Yeah.
They'll always be relevant because they're pop culture assassins.
Because they only they make an episode in 6 days, so they can
Yeah,
be
yeah.
super timely.
Oh, yeah, something
Couldn't be
happens-
more so. It's
Like
incredible.
Family Guy makes a joke about something that was like a year and a half ago because that's how long it takes to.
Their
get the
jokes are
season out.
different though. It's not time. You know, I mean, they
Yeah.
went a different. Like I think they just make fun of like society versus.
non sequitur.
But if you think about it, there's only like
97.
Was it? Jeez,
Yeah.
that's a long time ago.
The movie was
Um,
2001, I think.
Yeah,
2000,
maybe.
2001.
When everyone walked out from. Yeah. Oh my God! I took my child. Or like you clearly didn't read the.
Wow.
But like you think about it, there's only like sports will never die.
yeah,
The show Cops will never die. You're always going to get idiots
clearly.
doing stupid things. And then like cartoons, like that are good written cartoons.
Yes.
And then superhero movies, you can redo the cast and then redo a movie every 6 years for the rest of our lives.
Well, and evidently Star Wars, because that's been going on since I was 6 years old.
I don't want to talk about Star Wars.
Are you sad?
No,
I
I'm
not like Star Wars.
I'm very, no, it's religion to me.
Oh, okay. All right.
7, 8, and 9. I couldn't be everyone that thinks 7 is a good movie. They're lying. I'm so
It is the Member Berries episode
angry.
of Star Wars.
It
That's
and you didn't
hilarious.
need to because we watch Star Wars every
Yeah.
12 times a year. You don't need to reintroduce anyone to that.
I liked 9. I was. I
Oh.
walked out of 9.
you
and
dirty
I was
hooker.
no, dude.
Ah.
I seriously. I was like, you know what?
How did
They-
Ray happen to be just standing in the exact right spot to hold up that dagger to line up just right with that crap?
Oh, now we're gonna be super technical about that.
Did you
piece?
see the meme that did the Spaceballs correlation to 9?
No.
Where Ray was doing the snap and they were doing like the house when will then be now where they look, what are we looking at? We're looking at now and then they show her snapping and it's all the mirrored. Oh, it's great.
I love
No,
it.
it's horrible.
I-
You're a dirty. I'm gonna say
dude, as far as
the
again,
title of this
putting
episode, Terry Bean is a dirty hooker. That's going to be the title of this.
we just officially moved into it. I felt like something that I've been watching for at that point 40 plus years of my life. I was like, you know what? They put a decent little bow on it. How they did it, maybe we can get into the semantics and the discussion about nuance.
Terry, they had
But
to make an entire
overall-
series in a cartoon format to answer somehow Palpatine returned. That's how bad it was.
To be honest, though, that was a
he
pretty
never
good
left.
series.
Oh, it was. No, I'm not talking Andor. I'm talking
Bad Batch.
Bad Batch.
Yeah, Bad
Oh,
Batch
it's
was phenomenal.
fantastic series. But I'm like, at the end, they had to do this.
that
They
was
had to
the
damage
fix it
control.
so much. Yeah,
But if you, the thing that I'm going to rant about this for really quick, turn on the Godfather music. When the book came out and Lucas was talking about what 789 was supposed to be, when he said this one's going to focus on Luke and Leia and Han and the Solo twins and the kids. And it was like, that's where it was like, it felt like they took bits and it was supposed to be Darth Maul came back and he had a Padawan and, Jason Solo, and then you had Thrawn and you could have brought in all the elements from like the Mandalorian and Boba Fett. You could have, oh my God, what they could have done with that. And you could have brought in Rebels, what they did during Ahsoka.
the problem
So angry.
comes down to they did not plan out the trilogy ahead of time. They
Yeah,
did
they
not know-
did. Lucas did, but when they cut Lucas out when Disney bought it,
Disney
they
didn't.
didn't. They made the
released
books
a movie.
Yeah, but then when they made the books non-canon, it was all planned out.
Right.
They weren't written, I don't think. But then you give
The original story was, but the movies were not planned.
no,
like
but
when they
like
started
the
with Episode
arc,
7.
the
yeah.
arc was planned, what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was supposed to be like Kylo Ren, who was Jay Solo, was supposed to fight Darth Revan. Sorry, we're getting way too.
Yeah, this is actually. I thought I was a Star Wars nerd. Now I'm not at all. I feel bad. I take it all back. I have no idea what
And
the
the
fuck
name
I'm talking about.
Yuzan Vong have never appeared on TV or
Right,
movies.
but if you would have had like Thrawn and as the bad
Well-
with,
Thrawn's at least here still.
I know, and now they're gonna do the Biggs movie, Rogue Squadron. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this: if you had like 4 Wookiees sitting around playing Sabat as a series, and like kind of like poker stars on ESPN,
Yeah,
I would eat
you
it.
would watch it.
I would sit there and lop it up and say, thank you. Can I have more? Like, it's not that I'm starved for content, but like Andor at least brought me home. Andor was so well done. Did you see did I send you the toy commercial?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that was hilarious. It was some meme going, and it was like one of the old, like, the Andor series of toys. And the kid's like, oh boy. He goes, all your favorite speeches. And it was like, the guy's just yelling about something. It's like, wow. Oh, it's great. I digress.
yeah,
Again.
I did. Yep, that's on me.
I was gonna try to segue this back into business, but I don't want to.
Yeah,
We should talk about food.
we should talk about food.
I tried the Impasto food truck for the first time last week.
The hell is that?
Italian style wrap sandwiches. It was phenomenal.
What was the wrap?
Now I'm
It was
curious.
they have a sourdough flatbread they use.
Ooh,
Yeah, and then
and they
I
shoved
got
the spaghetti in it.
I
No,
got
like an ice cream cone like that.
no like cold cuts. I got Italian meat sandwich.
Oh.
Yeah. They have like a chicken sandwich and stuff like
Where
that.
the hell's
but
that?
Where, yeah, where
It's a
did you
food truck.
find it?
They pulled up at the Rensen. So
Oh,
So you popped down and said, "I'll do this."
I'm
it was
throwing-
so good.
Impasto.
Gigi's Italian on 18 in Garfield. Now that I'm East Side, not Ventimiglia is still the king. Gigi's is their mortadella sandwich, and they had a hard roll and a soft roll. They decided to make a medium roll, and it's really good there.
Okay.
It's like the Goldilocks of all rolls, or
It
what?
is, yeah.
All right.
People are, but it's like this. They're Sicilian, and they're like it's this like little sandwich counter. And oh my, like I'm in this search of.
Is it made with love though? Does it have the
It does
classic
not
Ernie
have
burger?
Only one place can make it with love.
All right, I'm
Um,
kind of a fan of that.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to make sure you prep yourself before he's like, you want some love on your sandwich? You're like, hey, take it easy there, Ernie.
Sweet. How can you define that, sir?
I got into I will drive now an hour on a random Friday, Saturday to find like the perfect sandwich.
Nice.
It's been like, yeah, what's still on my list is the one from Italy that they made one in New York that has the focaccia bread and like the schmear and like the
That sounds good.
3 meats and like the roasted red peppers. And yeah, that's, I went on the pizza kick. I think I'm done. I can't find any else. I think
What was your favorite?
Freddy's Freddy's thin, Palazzo de Pizza on 11 Mile for the Detroit style. I don't even think it's a close second.
11 Mile and
Lou Levin and Campbell Riley. It's
Where our
in the
old studio used to be.
Okay.
It is it's the old.
That's amazing.
You go there and you're like, I had a great conversation. The guys are great. It's the dad and the two sons.
Is
I
it
need to
pretty
go
new?
back.
No, he was in the front of the studio pre-COVID.
Okay.
When he runs out of, he's like Freddie. When he runs, it's him and his two boys. When he runs out of dough, he's done.
All right.
My favorite
I
place
like
to
that.
sit down is Louis. On
Louis,
9 and John R. DeQuinder.
Have you been to Michigan and Trumbull yet?
No,
You should check them out.
Mark loves it there. I
I'm a huge fan.
And Grandma Bob's.
I need to go to
Also
both
there.
of those too.
Grandma Bob's is good. Michigan and Trumbull is better.
Yeah.
At least, but I'm a deep dish guy. So
I'm not, but those two and then Como's and Ferndale are my 3 top.
Como's is really good.
Top Detroit style.
Yeah.
Better than Palazzo for you?
Oh, it's been so long since I've had Palazzo. that
Get
I'm
the
gonna have to
triple
try that again.
pepperoni.
Yeah.
They make it well. They make it how you want it without asking.
Okay.
It's well done, crispy edges, perfect amount of sauce. Like if I'm gonna make my own, this is like
That's
this
how
is
you
I'm
want
gonna
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants it.
I don't want it undercooked. I don't want gum.
Randy,
for dough.
I'm in pizza hell.
Where you are?
Yes,
Uh-oh.
the new. We tried. Sorrento's is out there.
Yeah.
The pepperonis aren't like they were in the 90s.
Mm.
They used to have the little pools with the curly.
It's Primo's at right off of Maple and Eaton in Woodward.
Oh yeah. I've been yeah.
Right,
My
that
neighbor. That's
place.
all he talked about. So I went there. But you get the slices. That's very rare these days.
Yeah.
The
curly pepperoni, baby.
Yeah.
You can drink it out of the cup.
Take shots of it.
Yeah,
that's-
man. That's what's
Mix
up.
that with vodka, pizza grease shots.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
That could be a thing, actually.
Yeah.
You can put that in a long drink, no problem.
Yeah, or-
Just dump it right into your Zima.
Do some gin.
Gin with
Instead
the
of vodka,
pizza
yeah.
grease, pepperoni grease.
Yeah.
Probably need 3 pepperonis. Yeah. I think
We're
Okay,
gonna mix it
so
up.
our new air conditioning is super cold. I'm actually
it is super cold.
uncomfortable
We had it
sitting here.
The air
Really?
conditioner in this place was loud. We had to turn it off. In the 95-degree days, it would
Had to turn it off to
We're
record.
literally sitting in a shipping container, so this thing would turn into a sweatbox like in 15 minutes. It would go to 10 degrees. It would go up. So now we got a brand new, fresh that doesn't make any air conditioner.
Doesn't make
But
any noise.
It's on 75, and it feels like we're in the Arctic in here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see my headlights flashing over
Oh,
here,
yeah.
but
No, absolutely
it's
not.
typical.
Did we talk about TEDx yet? We talked in the
I
beginning.
mean,
I think we talked,
we,
but we didn't get into it.
mentioned
We
that
didn't get
it's
into
a
it.
Thing. Yeah.
So let's get into that because 17 years of doing TEDx.
in only one time have you been on that stage. Isn't
One
that
time.
crazy?
Yeah.
You did it well, though.
Well,
it was actually worth 2 times if you
here
were to
was
look at
the-
the timer.
If you double, well, there's 2 people on stage. But if you look at that, I didn't write it. I didn't prep. I think that's the only TED Talk you guys probably have ever had where the PowerPoint was done at 8:00 the night before. And it wasn't even barely, we had no idea where it was going to go.
I like that you used the word done.
It wasn't done. It was just a bunch of,
It didn't really feel done.
it was like 8 pictures. That was,
It didn't.
we didn't
really
even know,
done.
like the most twittered photo was the business plan that said suck less on a Post-it note.
Yeah.
I found that like that night, or I'm like, oh, that's funny. I was like, funny Post-it notes. Like that was like, I'm like, oh, that's our business plan. I didn't even know. We didn't even plan to say I almost feel, not that I'm embarrassed, but like that we couldn't have done it any other way than not plan a thing and just go up there and wing,
Yeah.
Why?
Why would you do it differently?
But like, no, because like, but the problem, I think I'm still bad. I still got to send apology letters. We mocked like we were backstage and like the one woman's like saving babies. All these people are doing these amazing things. So like when we went up there, we're like, yeah, we're not going to inspire anyone here. You're not going to learn anything, and we're definitely not going to save babies. I don't know what to tell you. Like, please,
We'll let Grace know.
don't ever, because like I had a big disdain of like, oh, I'm a thought leader. Like I would, if you never did that. If you did, I would have murdered you. I would have called you that morning, going, stop it. Like, we're having a mastermind group. Like, just what? I don't even what. Just no.
No,
Like,
turn that off. No, please don't.
no. Like,
Don't do it.
someone said it once. Like, Bob's a thought. I'm not a. Like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
I might be good at something. Like, that's just leave it. Let's leave it at that. But like, is not saying you regret having us on stage, but like, you guys, I know I saw the wall of text because when we went over by 8 minutes on an 8 minute, because nobody told me 8 minutes.
Except for like the 9 emails that you might
Was it
have,
9 that I probably didn't
might
read?
have received. Yeah.
No, probably when I was at the Temple Bar before we went on stage. That was.
If we didn't email you then it was too late.
Are you allowed to name favorite of all time? Do you have some favorites?
I'm independent, man. I can do what I do.
No, some favorite like speakers, like people that like really knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, man. There's been some really good ones over the years. In my favorites tend to be like a group project.
Yeah.
Right. So, Detroit Academy in Arts and Sciences came out with their 14-year-old group of singers, and they did, they kind of ripped off the Empire State of Mind from Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, and they sang it with a Detroit State of Mind.
Okay.
And that blew me away. It was such a cool end, and I'm trying to remember. It was probably 2014, 2013 in that time frame, but that was amazing.
But when you get, so that we were talking before the show, like when you have a call to speakers, is it worse than putting out a job for like a sexy job?
Yes.
Like you're getting, how many do you get?
On a Badger 200 on a slow year. So up to 325.
And you can only have what, 20?
You end up with 23 to 24 speakers. And then you've got, there's always going to be some kind of magician or comedian or sometimes both. There's going to be a dance troupe. There's going to be
but how do you know, like,
bands.
It's got to be, to me, that's going to be the hardest thing because everybody's got great ideas. It's when, how do you put them on? How do you put it on? When it's on the stage, how do you know who's dynamic? So I remember magician, I had my friend Michael Mode.
Yeah.
Early days
of
TEDx. And I thought he knocked, that was one of the better TEDx's I've ever seen.
It was cool.
But you didn't know he was dynamic or not. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
we ask them for video.
Okay.
Right. And so some people will actually submit a video of them talking into their phone, and you can tell a lot by that.
Yeah.
Or others will send video of stuff that they've already have of
Fair.
them on stage. And so if there's not a video, you're losing points instantly.
Yeah.
And if your idea isn't original or interesting,
Right.
you're losing points instantly. And obviously you guys just knocked it out of the park across the board. No special strings or favors pulled to get you up there.
No.
That was of course, right?
It was when you're ready, you go. And that's like, we're ready. We're ready. How does anyone follow the TED Talk about nothing? Because I was at a corporate thing and someone taught how to public speaking.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting at this table and I'm like, oh my God, he's doing the TED Talk about nothing to learn how to have stage presence and do corporate speak. And they're all laughing and they go, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I sent the video to a couple of guys I didn't, and we were dying. And if you look at the comments going, good luck following that in any TED Talk, because it's all, here's a black and white photo of a scientist. I have no idea what they do, but it brings credibility to what I'm saying. Now I'm going to stand on the left side of the stage and wave. No, I'm going to stand on the right side. By a raise of hands, show me how many people have been asked a question before. Good. Like, if you've never seen a TED Talk about nothing, look, Google it.
It's worth it.
Every minute.
It's worth it.
But God bless. How do you break that mold? Because I feel like everyone follows that formula almost word for word.
That's not as true as you would think, and maybe it is on the grander scheme of things. Yeah. But what's been interesting about the Detroit event, with the exception of maybe 2 years, we don't even do a ton of coaching with the speakers, as you
Yeah.
well know, right?
We wouldn't let you.
We're gonna.
If you tried to talk to me, I would have told you.
Piss off, right? Yeah, I can imagine how
Right.
that conversation would have been. But it's like, you know what? You got 8 minutes, and if you suck horribly, it only lasts like 7 minutes because it's going to take people a minute to figure out you suck.
Yeah.
Right. And so there's only 7 more minutes of sucking, and you could have sucked less, but you chose not to.
Right.
And so it's never going to be that bad. I got up one time behind a kid that was 10 or 11 years old, Carter, and Carter was doing something in the neighborhoods downtown, well, not downtown, in the neighborhoods of Detroit, and like setting up like public libraries and book exchanges. And this kid was 11 or 12
Yeah.
and brought the flipping house down. Right. And now I'm like, I got to go talk after that. Right. I would have rather talked about the TEDx talk about nothing. I would have
Right.
rather followed
Right.
that than, it's like when you used to watch late night and they'd have stupid animal tricks on, and dogs are doing all
Right.
this crazy
Right.
stuff. How do you want to be the guest that follows that? I mean, forget about having to worry about stepping in the dog shit. You got to actually bring enough energy to top the dog that was, spinning three hula hoops.
Isn't that stand-up comedy though? Like follow that,
Yeah.
but like that, the whole point is to kill it.
Yeah. 100%.
But that's the thing. Like it's one thing to have a good story, good content. Like we have, there's a guy at work. He's like he owns data and AI. He's the AI guy. When you want to talk to one of the biggest companies in the state, we bring him in.
Okay.
He's doing stand-up now. So like he was been with Charlie a little bit.
Nice.
And I haven't seen him yet, but like I've seen him work wise for a long time. And like, but I hear he's like hilarious. And it's tough when you're actually smart and you're funny. Like, you know what I mean? I'll say I'm a little bit funny. I'm definitely not smart. You know what I mean? To have both, like that's
it's a wild thing, right? Because being funny and doing stand-up are two totally different things, right?
Yeah.
And even so, Charlie's been on this journey for the last year. Charlie is the curator at TEDx Detroit. For those that don't know Charlie, he's been doing this stand-up thing, and he's been putting a ton of energy and effort into it for over a year. And part of it's because he and I spoke together for 2-3 years and spoke 300 times and would crack people up all day long. Well, the bar for comedy in a business presentation doesn't exist.
right.
Right? There is no bar. So anything's funny there. When you're up in a room where people are paying money to laugh,
Right.
holy shit, that's a different thing.
Well, and that's the thing, like sitting around with you two at the bar telling dick jokes, that like that's, again, the bar is low because we're all sitting together and it's like being witty. I think being witty and being funny. I'm very witty.
You're quick.
I'm not funny.
Yeah.
Like the
you're
jokes,
funny.
there's times where like I remember writing the best man speech for Joe's wedding back in the day. The jokes I thought were funny, flat. The spur of the moment stuff, crowd lost it. And then the Rodney line that I stole, the whole roof came off. I ended the best. I'm glad there was no videos back in the day because like now everybody's documenting everything.
Yeah, right.
But I just said at the end, I saw this when Rodney was on Johnny Carson one night when I was up late. And he's like, I just got a little advice for you two for your honeymoon. I said, always remember this. And I grab my collar and I go, if sex is a pain in the ass, you're doing it the wrong way. And then I lock eyes with the pastor.
Randy lost it.
I lock eyes with the pastor. It must have been the devil speaking through me. But the thing was, I had to go
Just stare him
I got
down.
approval from the father-in-law. I go, I'm going to say this for the best man speech. But again, though, I stole that line from Rodney. So it's again being witty, sitting, being funny. Like, so the jokes that I thought I wrote weren't funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I made like 3 comments about us getting fat, and you know what I mean? Those I was laughing, but I'm like, that wasn't supposed to be that funny.
There wasn't. No, that actually hurts. Your laughter is causing me pain.
Right. But like, that's the thing with the TEDx. I think you don't have to be anything. You just have to have a good story, and I think that's a lost art too, is storytelling.
Well, and it's more than that, right? Having a good story is one thing, but if you don't have a point to the story, and this is the piece that actually ticks me off. We were talking about a little bit of the delusion dilution of the brand in general is so many people have the same kind of arc, right? I was doing well. Life happened. It knocked me flat on my ass. I figured out how to get back up. Now I'm sitting up here and you can too. and that formula is what seems to play well on YouTube.
Yeah.
But it doesn't play well live in front of people.
Think about is it maybe the early 90s where you had the half-hour comedy hour on MTV. Comedy Central didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
You know, music still.
Remember music?
Think about how funny you had to be to get a spot on the half-hour comedy hour, right? Then Comedy Central, now you got to think about 24-hour news, 24-hour comedy. Now they're letting more in.
Yeah.
Right? So you talk about dilution.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing to have Ted proper, then you have Ted X in NFL cities. Now you have TEDx in suburbs.
Anywhere. Right? High schools, universities.
So, right. So now just like anyone can get up there. So like it's a thing. Like Spotify right now, like you couldn't listen to a new song that came out this year every minute of every day for this entire year.
It's crazy.
There's so much content out there. And how do you, like back in the day, you had what? How many records were at Harmony House that you could buy? 1,000?
Right.
Right. And now there's 300. You know, anyone can anyone can make a techno track.
You guys have enough stuff in this room right now to go produce a song. And I don't know, Randy, do you know how?
I've been dying to do that. No, Nuri does. I've been bugging every time he comes home because he travels a lot. I'm like, let's go. I want to make something. Let's make something like one shitty dance track that gets played in one club. I would be the happiest.
That's amazing.
Like that, like the music sound, but I shouldn't sing on the. But like just some bad like 90s remake house track. Dude, think about like Eric Pryde's Call on Me. Took a Steve Winwood shitty song.
Yeah.
Looped it. And like he headlines like for some toilets. But then it's a catchy too. You know what I mean? All you need is that one.
You just need one.
Think about who played Monday at Pine Knob. Did you hear this lineup?
No.
It was Christopher Cross, Toto, and
Men at Work.
And Men at Work.
Wow.
And then Tulio showed me the video of Sailing. And I go, I love yacht rock. And I go, but seeing that live would like be a personal hell. But here you have this guy that made one song in 1977 and he's still touring. We just saw Herb Albert in the Tijuana Brass. He's 90 years old. Again, if you put out content, but again, can you do that today?
Well, and
what sticks? Who's going to stick? Like, who's going to be?
Nobody in the last 20 years because you're not even sure whether it's them singing.
Well, my daughter, like, I'm looking at like this stuff. My daughter, like, she goes to all the big Ford Field in the big,
yeah,
like the Weekend. Like, he's like the Prince of like, the biggest, like, the Michael Jackson.
He's the guy, right?
He's the guy. But there's only so many. Like Bruno Mars, I think he could have been the next, but he
was close.
He nosedived.
Taylor Swift's gonna be all right. You'll hear her stuff. She's coming out with her new album. I don't know if you guys heard. Big day.
Yeah. But like, yeah, she would be like the Madonna or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like, who's that? Who's after that?
Saw a video, guys. Take it easy. I'm not a Swiftie.
I saw the video too.
You are. Mikey,
thank you, Randy.
Mikey from Hamtramck posted about it. I'm like,
did he?
TS12. What the hell is that? I'm like, then I look at Taylor Swift, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that might have been the worst Google that you had all day.
Looking that up.
Yeah.
I was glad. I didn't Google it. I just read a comment. I'm like, all right.
Enough. Yeah. All right.
Where can we, so I saw something too about, I was going to say, where can we find you? But like, you're everywhere.
I'm everywhere.
Where do you want to be found?
You know what? Thank you for asking that. I like to be found on LinkedIn, and I like to be found at trybean.com, TRYBEAN.com.
Okay. All right.
Those are the spots.
It's not a coffee house?
It's not. It could have been. It probably should have been.
Beaners.
I asked about this shortly after Beaners became Big B. I was like on Facebook, hey, my name's Bean.
Yeah.
I like pizza. I want to open a pizza joint called Beaners. Am I okay to do that?
No.
And holy crap, was it not okay to
was
even
not.
ask the question, man? I had shirts as a kid that said Beaner on them, right?
I mean,
on the back of my football jersey, I still have it says Beaner on it.
not that this is close to anything resembling, but I remember there was a Buscemi's that opened on like 17 in Garfield. And the guy, that was his name, and he couldn't use it because Buscemi's.
Yeah.
So he had to call it Anthony B's. And I'm like, that's his name. You can't use your name.
It's
so
bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad, but it's weird to me. I had a professor in college in communications guy, Dr. Gary Evans, great guy. And he had a line that he said, words don't mean, people mean.
Yeah.
And if there's ever a lesson, you asked about what you want to do.
Yeah.
I want to elevate consciousness in people so we don't get our panties in a twist over shit that doesn't actually matter. I find too many people worry about far too many things as opposed to staying focused on the things that matter most to them. And if I could cast a spell on people to pick things that are really important and then not worry about the rest of the shit that doesn't impact them, I feel like we would be in a much better place right now.
I have been at peace for a little minute now. It took me 50 years to figure it out, but just not getting mad at the weather.
Yeah.
Not getting mad at the
At
guy
traffic.
cutting me off in
Yeah.
traffic. And my head's a lot more peaceful now. Not that I was searching for it, but you found you get to spend time on the things that matter. You know what I mean? Taking stuff out of, there's a lot to be said with that. There really is.
We have a stoplight that when we first moved out to where we live, we were driving our kid through 2 different cities to get her to school to keep her in district where she was. And there's a stoplight that had a left turn lane, but it would only let 3 cars go through before the left arrow turned
Oh my God,
off.
one of those.
And cars would line up
Rochester and Avon,
In
the
the-
worst left in the history of the.
so bad, but cars would be in the right lane. They'd be in the left lane. If you were in the left lane, you might go straight. You might turn
Yeah.
left. If you were in the right lane, that lane ended. So you had to merge over. And within 300 yards, there's another stoplight. And they were timed shittily. And every morning as I was driving my kid to school, right? And I'd been at peace for years at this time.
Yeah.
But every morning, this light would fuck me up. And I'd be swearing at it and pissing about it. And I'm looking at my kid in the back seat going, you got to be better. You got to figure out. So this was like a hard reset that took me from, I don't know, probably, I guess we moved in July. So it was September through at least January or February before I could just deal with this stupid light,
Yeah.
which, by the way, still isn't fixed. Still does the
But
same
you think
shit.
about how many people's days that,
Ruins.
but I look at now, you drive around there has to be at least 3 to 7 people that drive absolute NASCAR drivers on any of the major highways here. And I used to get oh my God, you crazy. Now just let it go. What are you going to do?
I had a guy.
And then if they crash it and the car's upside down, you yell, you can't park there out the window. And then you laugh. It's my favorite videos, by the way, if you haven't seen them on Instagram, people their cars on an embankment or they went in the ditch or something and the engine's smoking and they're freaking out and someone rolls up. You can't park there. And the people get irate. Oh my God, why would you yell? Oh, it's so good. I hate to laugh at stuff like that, but it's so good.
Funny's funny, man.
It is. Terry, always great to see you. Always good to spend time with you. I don't think we do it enough. We got to make sure we get lunch on the calendar more often.
Yeah, we can do it without a mic and a camera.
Yeah, exactly. Trybean.com. We go back a long time, so it's always good catching up. So
23 years.
yeah,
Dude.
at least. So always good to see you. All right, this is going to wrap things up for the IT and the D show. On behalf of Bob and Randy, do us all a favor. Drink up your drinks. Get your phone numbers. You don't got to go home. You just got to get the hell out of here. See you next week. Drive careful. Beat it.
Goodbye.